G'day interwebs, I'm Bman. This is Super Mario Maker 2. It's part 11 of the playthrough. Hit the subscribe button down there somewhere, and there should be a playlist on my channel and up in the cards if you want to catch up on the previous parts in the playthrough. So we're going to do Yamamura's Dojo, which is the tutorial facility in the game. We're going to do the intermediate tutorials, the first 5 intermediate tutorials. Super Mario Maker 2. Make. Yamamura is a pigeon. Okay, so I've done all the beginner lessons. First one is Coin Brainstorm. First intermediate lesson. Look, I'm going to move my face cam so I'm not blocking Yamamura. Yamamura says "Coo coo coo," which in English means, in this lesson we'll discuss how to help Mario get to those coins in the upper right corner of the screen. Nina the human says he can't jump that high, so he'll need a platform or something to help him up. Yamamura says, alright then, let's make a platform out of a brick block. Nina, if you please. So Nina playtests for him. Come to Mama, my shinies. That was too easy. How about a lift? Says Yamamura. Nina says, hate to break it to you, but the lift was just as easy. Yamamura replies, okay, let's try this. So you get one shot at that. Unless you can jump off him on the ground and still get to that height, I'm not sure you could. Now we're talking, says Nina. Yamamura says, or better yet. Nina says, I had to wall jump to get up there that time. Yamamura says, yes, this method works well if you're making a course for people who are good at controlling Mario. Nina says, my turn. Yamamura exclaims, impressive. Nina says, and that's just a few of the ways you can help Mario get up there. Try to think up your own. Yamamura says, brainstorming different ways to get coins is a good way to come up with new course ideas. Okay, what I want to know is, like, Yamamura says coo coo coo, but, you know, it means something in English, but how can Nina understand him? Watch the lesson again. Checkpoint flags and you. Intermediate lesson number 2. Yamamura says, checkpoint flags and you, a practical guide. If Mario touches a checkpoint flag, he can retry from the checkpoint flag if he fails the course later on. There's a limit of 1 checkpoint flag per course area. And then it says, it's the worst when you're playing through a super long level and the maker didn't place any checkpoint flags. Yamamura says, let's talk a bit about the best way to place them. Let's say Mario gets defeated after taking out these 2 Hammer Bros. If that happens, he'll have to try again from the beginning of the course. Then he says, oh man, then I'd have to go back and fight those Hammer Brothers again. Yamamura says, right, that's why it's a good idea to drop a checkpoint flag after a tricky section like this. Let me tell you a couple of other tricks for effective checkpoint flag placement. The placement of this checkpoint flag could be a bit better. Can you tell me why, Nina? Nina says, because restarting from the checkpoint flag would put you in the path of an approaching Goomba. That's right. Left like this, the player doesn't have much time to react to the Goomba. Let's change the terrain a bit to prevent that from happening. Nina says, now the Goomba can't reach him, so Mario starts in a safer spot. Yamamura says, another good spot to place the checkpoint flag is right before a difficult challenge. Give it your best shot, Nina. Oh yeah, Nina time.
Oh no!
Nina says, it's not Nina time. Yamamura says, no, it's not. But lucky for you, I put a checkpoint flag right before the fast lava lift so you can try again. Placing a checkpoint flag right before a tough section that's likely to take many tries to complete is a good idea. Nina says, like boss fights. Yamamura says, precisely. You may also want to place a power-up near the checkpoint flag in situations like that. Nina says, yeah, starting off as small Mario can be rough sometimes. Yamamura says, learning proper checkpoint flag placement will make your courses easier to enjoy. Wow, water level. Intermediate Lesson 3, water level. Yamamura says, you may not know that choosing the forest course theme allows you to change the water level. Nina says, I knew that, but I haven't really figured out a good way to use it. Yamamura says, well then, let's dive right in. Nina says, cool, so you can have both platforming gameplay and swimming gameplay in the same level. Yamamura says, yes, water allows you to have both kinds of gameplay, but don't overthink it. Let's start with something easy. Give this part a try, Nina. Nina says, here we go. Cheap cheeps. Yamamura says, I tried to create an area that feels like swimming through a lake in a forest. Nina says, I really like the atmosphere, and I see you pumped up the difficulty by adding some enemies. Yamamura says, correct, let's continue. The water level feature allows you to raise and lower the surface of the water like a wave. When Mario paused then I felt like the game was waiting for me to move in, but this is all Nina. Yamamura says the spike traps at the bottom mean that you can't move forward until the water level rises. Nina says, and once the water comes up you can grab those delicious coins that you can't reach from the ground. Yamamura says some enemies change their behaviour when submerged in water, so keep that in mind. And this feature isn't limited to forests. You can also change the lava level on castle courses. Nina says, when you change the course theme to castle, the water automatically turns into boiling hot lava. Yamamura says, that's right Nina, why don't you demonstrate? My palms are all sweaty. I think I may have short-circuited my controller. Yamamura says, yes, forcing the player to stay safe while the lava rises is a great way to make them sweat. Nina says, there are also enemies that can pop out of the lava to attack Mario. Use a few of those to turn up the heat. Lesson 4. Making vertical courses. Some of these tutorials are about things that I didn't even think would be possible in the game. I've never played a Mario Maker. I didn't play the first Mario Maker very much. I played it for like half an hour. Yamamura says, in this lesson we'll cover vertical courses. Nina says, I don't know squat about vertical levels, so this one's all you, Yama senpai. Right, says Yamamura. Nina, if you would. Sure thing. Yamamura says, as you can see, the player is asked to travel upward in this course. Nina says, yeah, it feels like climbing a tall tower. Vertical courses are a nice change of pace for players who are used to running left to right. Nina says, so what should I watch out for when creating vertical levels? Yamamura says, I'm glad you asked. Please continue playing. Nina exclaims, it's raining Goombas. Yamamura says, when Mario jumps toward the top of the screen will scroll upward. This means that he may instantly run into enemies that drop from the top of the screen. Nina says, that's not fair. You can't just drop enemies on Mario's head. I mean, that is what Mario does to enemies. But Yamamura says, agreed, now let's fix this mess. I mean, isn't that a legit tactic? Maybe not. Maybe not if the player can't see it coming. I changed the height of both the ground and the platform with the Goombas on it. Nina says, now you can see the Goombas come down in front of you and dodge them. Yamamura says, by the way, you can't increase the width of vertical courses. Nina says, and you can only create vertical levels in sub-areas. Give it a shot. No one's taught me how to make sub-areas. Wonder if I'll learn that in the future. Just seeing if it says anything about sub-areas anyway. I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out. Okay. Intermediate course number 5, I believe. Know your gizmos. Nina says, Mr. Y, there are so many parts in the gizmos category. It's kind of overwhelming. Yamamura says, you're not wrong. It's important to know what each gizmo can do in order to use it effectively. First, we'll show you some gizmos that Mario can step on and hit. Please do the honors, Nina. Nina says, let's do this. Let's do this! The idea here was to have the player use a P-switch and an on-off switch to open the path forward. I don't know if there's any need for me to call it a P-switch. I don't know if there's more than... Oh, I suppose there's an on and off switch. Now let's talk about gizmos that enable different kinds of movement. Using a warp door will let you go to a different location in the same area of the course. Nina says, for example, you can make a warp door lead to a room full of coins or power-up items. Yamamura says, also if you change a pipe from the terrain category into a warp pipe, it will take Mario to the course's sub-area. The course's sub-area, does that mean each course can only have one sub-area? I do not know. Nina says, and you can change the course theme in the sub-area to give the players a change of scenery. Yamamura says, combining various gizmos can add all kinds of gameplay ideas to your course. Give them a try. Okay, so that was the first 5 lessons in the Super Mario Maker 2 intermediate lessons of Yamamura's Dojo. So I hope you enjoyed them. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe, feel free to like. If you left a comment, it would be great. I had a little spike in my videos when I uploaded my first tutorial video for Mario Maker 2, but I'm not sure if there's as much demand for them 2 weeks later. So yeah, if you want to leave a comment. Also my socials are down in the didgeridoo below the video. Yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out, interwebs.